Jesus didn't have a problem with people that's in the streets. He had a problem with religious people.
How can I help anybody when I was not even able to help my own son?
I would never do that. And I became that in a matter of minutes when they took my pain pills away.
And I said, I'm not where I want to be, but thank God I'm not what I used to be.
This is Faith in Your Recovery. I am Randy Davis. Welcome to the battle. Hey, greetings to each and every one of you out there, and thanks for tuning in today to Faith in Your Recovery. Today's podcast is gonna be something different than anything else we've done. Number one, I'm here with me. Eric's over there at the sound controls. I have no guest, but that's okay. That was planned. I'm going to be flying solo. We want to take today to introduce you to a great upcoming opportunity that's going to take place over in Jay County, Indiana, actually near Portland at the Jay County Junior Senior High School on 2072 Highway 67, just a little bit south of Portland. We're looking forward to this event. It's going to be in September on the 7th. It'll begin at 2 o'clock. From 2 o'clock until 5 o'clock, we'll have a ton of vendors. I'll tell you more about those here in just a minute. From 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock, we'll have food available. It's free, folks. Everything's free. There's no cost, zero cost to this day, unless you choose to buy some merchandise at the evening concert. And that concert is free of charge. We'll have tickets available on site, and there's no charge. So this is a family-friendly day that we invite you to bring your family to, as well as your friends. Spend the day with us. Much of it's going to be inside. There are events outside. We'll be using the auxiliary gymnasium for some of this. The concert will take place that evening from 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock, located in the auditorium. But here's something we need you to be aware of. Seating is limited. We're talking somewhere around 830 seats. And when you hear who our artists are, our performers, you're going to recognize and realize that if you want a ticket, you've got to get there early. So we don't want you to waste time or waste around and wish you could have been there. Maybe one of these days we'll find a better, or at least a larger facility. It's a fine facility. It's auditorium seating. I recognize and realize that makes it a little uncomfortable for those who like to stand during concerts, but we're going to make our best to this, and we know it's going to be special. Again, that concert is 5 to 7 there on Saturday, September 7th. And then from 7 o'clock to 7:30, you're going to have the opportunity to meet our artists. And again, I'm going to identify them here in just a moment or two, but I don't want to give away the good until you get to hear all of the other better, okay? So, once again, the location, Jay County Junior Senior High School at 2072 Highway 67, Portland, Indiana. That's about 30 miles northeast of Muncie, about 16 miles south of Bern, Indiana. So it gives you a little idea where we are and what it's going to be about. From 2 o'clock until our evening event there in the auditorium, our concert, here's what's going to be going on and available to everyone. We're going to, this Hope Fest is also a health fair. We've got involvement of a number of individuals from the healthcare world, IU Hospital, and others. Starting at 2 o'clock, we'll have our health fair with several different kinds of screenings. I can't list what all those are, but these are free to you and available. We'll have a petting zoo. That was a big hit last year. I remember that well. It'll be kind of neat. We'll also have many inflatables for the kids. Pretty much your standard inflatables, but a lot of fun for the young ones. Make sure you bring them out. Something rather unique from Red Key, Indiana. We have a gentleman that just signed on to bring his forge and do a little blacksmithing demonstration. Red Key has a growing number of blacksmiths through his efforts. We'd love to have you come out and just see what that's about. If you've got an interest and it piques it, hey, there'll be ways to get involved at a later time. We're also going to have all kinds of carnival games. I'm not going to start trying to introduce you to what those are, but there's going to be several of those. They'll be spread throughout the gymnasium, possibly some outside, maybe even others in the hallway. We'll be using the hallways, and as they lead to the auxiliary gym, where we'll have some of our other events, like archery tag. Archery tag is it's a big thing. Your 10, 12-year-old, 14-year-olds, they can enjoy that. Others can as well. Here's something that's pretty exciting to us for us older kids, or the kid in all of us, the idea of free door prizes. Among those door prizes donated by many local merchants, we're going to have a Blackstone grill. That's a nice piece to walk away with, folks. And then we've got 2 road trip rockers. You know what a road trip rocker is? It's a rocking chair that folds up, easily handled, travels well, and it's a pretty nice piece. We'll have a couple of those we're giving away. A car show. And this is not just a car show with vintage and classic cars. There's also going to be some motorcycles and even tractors. Jay County, Indiana is known for its tractor and gas engine show, one of the biggest in the world, if not in the world. It's coming up soon. You'll be able to return to Portland for that, but who knows what may show up early and be a part of this. We certainly look forward to it. And then something we all enjoy, and it goes back to those days of the penny carnivals, the school carnivals that we used to have. Yeah, we're talking cakewalk. And we've got some good cooks in Jay County, and we've got some folks that can present us with a cake that you'll wish you could take home if you can hold on to it that long. Not responsible for crumbs in the car if you get into it before you get there, okay? Throughout our time, 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock, we'll have free hot dogs and cookies as long as they last. I know we'll have water. I'm not sure if there are any other drinks, but all of that will be available to you. And I want to reiterate once again, we're talking free of charge. This is for you folks who maybe, don't get a chance to do a lot of things and get out, or maybe can't afford to due to conditions. But that is not an excuse during this event, all right? And along with that, one of the guests we're having in, he won't be performing at the auditorium that evening from 5 to 7, but is a young man by the name of Levi Volrath. Levi has a ministry that he calls One Cut at a Time. What are you conjuring up? What are you thinking about? Recognize and realize Levi is a barber, and he'll be there with his chair, with his equipment, giving free haircuts. Come and take advantage of that, okay? School's starting up here. Hey, most all of you, I say that pointing my finger toward you because I don't know the last time I got a haircut because I needed it. I got it because I wanted it. I wanted to feel like everybody else, okay? My mop top's not too moppy, but we'd be glad to have you, come and get involved with that. We'll have many local resource tables, groups, organizations, merchants set up, showing us their wares. There'll be nothing for sale on the ground, but I'm sure there'll be a ton of swag, other things, brochures of interest. Who knows what you're going to hook up with or how you're going to connect with someone. And there's more things being added daily. This is certainly not an exhaustive list that I just gave you, but it's a list of those we're aware of now. I know we'll have a fire truck there that can be touched, looked at, probably. You can climb all over it. I can't guarantee that. Going to guess that's going to be a part of it. So know that your options throughout that day are just going to be pretty incredible. Let me break some of that down a little bit. Our sponsors, certainly A Better Life, Brianna's Hope. Listen, before I go any farther with sponsor names, let me tell you what this is all about. It's about unity in the community. And we want to help make that happen along with these other organizations and folks who are going to be involved. So we've got A Better Life, Brianna's Hope. That's our parent organization. We've got the Jay County Drug Prevention Coalition. They're one of those groups who's making a difference, having an impact in our world locally and well beyond it. Meridian Health Services, that's big. We talk about health needs, mental health needs. Meridian's out there doing the job, getting it done, and they're on board with us as a sponsor and participant. The Jay County Health Department, that's a big piece, as they have so many resources and cover so much in their effort to impact people's health, to better them. Certainly, Indiana University Health, IU Health. We have a hospital there in Portland that's a part of the IU system, and I know they're going to have representatives there. They'll be doing a ton of the screenings, and you come out and meet all these folks. There are other organizations and groups involved as well. So, no, we've got the options. There's no reason for you to sit around home on Saturday, September 7th, saying I'm bored. You don't have to be between 2 and 7:30. Now, for me, one of the exciting things that's going to happen is our evening concert. It's from 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock, and then from 7 o'clock to 7:30, you have a chance to meet and greet with our artists for the evening. I'm going to give you those artists' names right now. I've kind of been holding back on that, but I want you to hear because we're pumped over who they are and what they're about. We're talking about some of America's most sought-after Christian hip-hop artists. We're talking about the likes of Joe Nestor of Nestor Nation. That's a name that if you're into Christian hip-hop, you know it. You're going to find out these people have a very close connection with each other, a camaraderie, a support, a love, an encouragement. They often do songs together, and there'll be a lot of crisscrossing of each other with their music. Then we've got, along with Joe Nestor of Nestor Nation, Clean Slate of Clean Slate Music and his wife, Mallory B., a husband and wife team. I believe they're from Mississippi. Joe's from Florida. They're coming up for this. They like to work together. They work together well. And you're going to see what I was talking about as far as that encouragement, that camaraderie and all. And then a gentleman, he goes by the name of Redeemed. We recently, here at Faith in Your Recovery, as we've been doing for some time now, worked on a book. We've got volume number 3 of Recovery Conversations with Randy Davis. It'll be coming out, our hope is mid-August to late August at the absolute latest, and we're on target for that. We're looking forward to it. But our books are always a compilation of our interviews from Faith in Your Recovery, and we've interviewed these individuals along with Kalichi, along with Be Radical, and they've told us their personal story. Now, they share it in concert, but they've never shared it like this to where we could put it in a book, make that available. Now, the book will not be available at this concert because we don't want to have anything that we're trying to sell there on the grounds, but contact us through our Faith in Your Recovery podcast. Get an early reservation for a book, or later on when we've got it, we'll certainly announce that. We want to get you a copy of that if you want to have one, all right? So, once again, we're talking Joe Nestor of Nestor Nation. We're talking Redeemed, and we're talking Clean Slate along with his wife, Mallory B. These guys are all going to be getting in here the day before, and that may not, sound real important to you, but here's what that's about. That's Saturday at 1 o'clock. The 4 of them, along with Levi Volrath, of One Cut at a Time. I, along with Candy from our office, not sure if anybody else will be involved, but the 2 of us, we're taking the 5 of them to our local security center, the Jay County Security Center, our jail in Portland. They're going to put on a concert. They're going to share their testimonies, their Christian walk, their battles, their struggles, their hopes, their plans. They're going to share them with the inmates there. We'll have a small concert, 45 minutes or so for the female inmates. Then we'll turn around and give one to the male inmates. This is big stuff. This isn't something that always happens in a small town county jail. But I'll tell you what, our sheriff there, Ray Newton, and his staff have bent over backwards to help us with anything we've asked them. We've built a good relationship, a close friendship. We're in the jail every Thursday. We're also in there on Fridays with an MRT program for the inmates. And together, we're hoping to make a greater impact than we've been able to in the past over our county and those who are struggling. Saturday afternoon, prior to the evening concert at 1 o'clock, we'll be headed to the jail. We hope to get back on the grounds around 3:30 at the latest. We'll be available. And folks, we want you to know these guys and Mallory B are all very approachable. If you see them, don't hesitate to come up and speak. Don't wonder what their attitude's going to be, because they're there to hear you. They're there to share with you. They're there to share God with you. Help them out. Give them that chance. Give them that moment. Hear what they've got to say, how God's worked for them. And, we've got all these clubs, groups, and organizations involved. We want you to feel a part of them as well as them feeling a part of you. There will be questions you can ask them that I certainly couldn't begin to answer on their behalf, but you have that option to make it personal. Again, I want to announce or remind you this is a family-friendly event. We believe there's something for all ages, from the cars to the cakewalk to exhibits to resource tables to people who want to hook you up with whatever you need to take the next best step in your life. We've got all these healthcare screenings and everything that goes with that. We've got the school cooperating. Thank you, Superintendent Jeremy Gully, for your help and your support, as well as the availability, the janitors who will be helping us out with setup and sound and everything else that goes with it. We've got the jail. I've already mentioned Sheriff Newton and his staff, the remarkable way that they've encouraged and supported us. We believe together with them and all of our sponsors, I'll mention those again: A Better Life, Brianna's Hope, the G County Drug Prevention Coalition, Meridian Health Services, along with the J County Health Department and the Indiana University Healthcare System. There are other groups, small, large, and we're not even certain yet who all's going to be there. We're going to leave it kind of open to that last minute to get as many involved as we possibly can. Some of our events, I've already told you, are outside the school. Think about it. We're talking about a car show with tractors and motorcycles. I'm sure you could have some fun in the building with those, but it's not a good place for them either. And then we've got all of our inflatables, our cakewalk, our resource tables. So this is a rain or shine kind of thing. Obviously, if it's poor weather, we'll cut back on some of these things. But we've got a lot on the inside. We've got even more on the outside, and we want you to be a part of it. Come and get involved. I'll remind you again. I'm going to remind you over and over because we don't want it to be a deterrent, or we don't want it to be something you didn't hear. This is an entirely free event, no strings attached, no fine print. You show up, and if you find out any differently or you feel like it's been misrepresented, my name's Randy Davis. Get a hold of me. Let me know what's happening. If you've got a question right now, get a hold of us with that question. If you've got a comment right now, get a hold of us with that comment. But we want you to feel as comfortable as you can possibly feel and recognize this is for you. This is for the community. We want to bring everybody together for a day of joy, a day of fun, a day of special celebration because we all care. We're out there working not just for you, but working with you to make our community a better community. Again, I want to remind you the concert itself is 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock with a meet and greet with the artists from 7 o'clock to 7:30. We only have like 830 seats there in the auditorium, and I am of the belief those are going to go quickly. So make sure you're there and, you arrive early so you can definitely get inside and be a part of that event. We begin the day from 2 to 4 with our vendors. And, that's 2 to 5. 2 to 4 is the food availability. We want to stop at 4 so we can wrap it up and get ourselves ready for the evening festivities. 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock for that free concert featuring Clean Slate and Mallory B., Joe Nestor, Redeemed. They're all going to be there. I'm looking forward to having that chance to shake a hand and meet them in a special way. I've had the opportunity to interview all of them. There'll be an upcoming book, Volume 3. And then that Saturday afternoon, 1 o'clock, prior to the festivities, we're going to be going to the local security center, the jail there in Portland, Indiana, and we will be sharing there a concert and their testimony, their love for God, and their care for their fellow man and fellow woman. So, any way you can lift up a prayer and encourage that. We're going to have a community of involvement with the health fair. Uh, a lot of these groups, a lot of our heart is there for those with addiction issues and addiction struggles, but this goes much larger than this. We still care. You still matter. You mean the world to us, and we're going to work hard to help you. But on this day, it's much bigger than that with the car show. It's open to everyone, okay? We've got the archery tag, the carnival games, the cakewalk. So many fun, truly fun festivities and activities that there's just no reason to miss out on. So let me give you that location again, all right? Make sure you're ready to write this down. Once again, Saturday, September 7th at Jay County Junior Senior High School, located at 2072 Highway 67 North, just outside of Portland, Indiana. We're about 30 miles northeast of Muncie. We're about 16 miles south of Bern, Indiana. So hopefully that gives you an idea of where we are. And we're going to have free food, all of the festivities and the games and the fun. We hope you'll provide the laughter and the joy, but we're going to try to make that happen in any possible way we can. I know there's going to be more information between now and then, but we're getting limited in our time. So we wanted to get this information out there and ready to put it on the air here as soon as possible prior to this September 7th event. I don't know about you, but wow, I don't know that I've never not said this, but summer's gone in a hurry, and it always does. I remember back when our boys were in high school, it just seemed like an overnight event. School was out and school was starting again. As I came here to the studio today, located here at the Christian Center in Anderson, Indiana, as I came here today, I'm following buses. They've started to school. Things are changing. Be careful out there for the sake of our kids, our students. And remember, just like the commercial says, that stop arm, that's not a suggestion. That's not even just a law. That is a safety feature. And if you will follow it, if I will follow it, the odds for our kids getting to school and getting back home safely suddenly increase. And who among us doesn't want that, okay? So be aware of those big yellow buses who are out there carrying our kids here and there. Keep them in your prayers and thoughts. And know that we look forward to having you at our Hope Fest that's coming up September 7th at 2072 Highway 67, Portland, Indiana. Highway 67 North, Portland, Indiana. It will run from 2 to 7:30 in its totality. From 2 to 4 o'clock will be free food. From 2 to 5 o'clock will be the vendors' tables. That's merchants. That's not-for-profit organizations. That's clubs, groups, organizations. Included be a lot of other things. And then from 5 o'clock till 7 o'clock will be our concert with the likes of Christian hip-hop artist Joe Nestor, Mallory B and Clean Slate Music along with Redeemed. And then from 7 o'clock to 7:30, they've got a table set up with their own merchandise, regular concert merchandise, just like you'd find about anywhere. But they're going to be back there at those tables for that last half hour, and I know they'd love to shake a hand and hear from you. So we look forward to seeing you. Oh, one last reminder, it's free. It's not going to cost you anything. Come out, join us. Maybe you're the one who will elevate the evening for somebody else. God bless. Thank you. We look forward to seeing you. Take care. And as always,